Well, I guess like a lot of people, it was a bit by chance. I answered an ad after leaving university for a junior BD role at Chapman Tripp. They were just setting up a marketing function at the time, so a really good time to join. One thing I was just going to comment on, some people in sort of BD marketing roles in law firms and other prof services firms, they get a bit concerned that they've been pigeonholed within that sector. And I kind of understand that, but what I would say is, if you thrive in the professional services environment, you'll always have great roles and a great chance to build your career in it. Three things I would mention, I guess. For this year in particular, it's a bit of a subdued economy in New Zealand. So I think the focus will be, or the premium will be on activities which drive revenue. So getting lawyers and partners out into the market doing really good proactive prospecting. So a focus, I think, on firms on BD coaching and training for their lawyers and partners. Second thing, I've got to mention AI. It is having a massive impact on marketing and BD, and I know all firms will be experimenting with that at the moment. Personally, I use ChatGPT-4 on a daily basis for things like summarizing market reports, and it's an incredibly powerful tool. Third thing I would mention, I think there's going to be a lot more focus on brand from law firms as well. It's certainly something at Simpson Grierson which we've focused on a lot over the last couple of years. Traditionally, law firm B2B marketing very much focused around describing what we do, the services we provide. And while that's still relevant, I don't think it's enough in today's market. That's a great question. I'm pretty lucky in my role in that, a lot of what I do is helping our board, our senior leadership develop strategy and implement strategy. I also sit in on board meetings as well. So any important market initiatives I can make sure are well embedded and aligned with the firm's overall plans, and as senior leadership, very familiar with them. I think a general comment around this sort of area within law firms, it's really important to socialise new ideas, new projects before you get underway with them. It's never great if you're dropping a big new initiative on a group of people who don't know about it. A lot of what we do is trying to get behavioural change within firms, and we need to win hearts and minds first. Three things I would mention on this. The first thing is it's important to take time to learn what your firm does. It sounds very basic, but make sure you're talking to the partners about their practices and attending internal training, knowing who your clients are, what they do and what you do for them. For internal credibility, you need to have this base level of knowledge, and also you can't sell the firm effectively externally if you don't have it either. Secondly, always bring something to every engagement or meeting that you have within the firm, with your internal clients. And think about that in advance. So at a senior or mid-level, you should be acting as an advisor to the firm. So, you're trying to add value through your insights, your experience, your ideas. At a more junior level, you may be adding value at a meeting through active listening, so clarifying actions, asking questions, and things like that. And the third thing I'd point out, it's really important to think about your own client service for your internal clients. We talk a lot about CX as it applies to our external clients, but it's also really important internally as well. And for credibility and to be successful in our roles, we need to be providing a great service for our internal clients.